Hello and welcome to GED Mathematics Live at PALS. In this video, we will be going through a GED mathematical reasoning practice test. Let's start. Part 1, question 1 to 5, no calculator allowed. Number 1, a storage room contains a table, 2 bookshelves, and a large mirror. If the table weighs 37 pounds, each of the bookshelf weighs 42 pounds, and the mirror weighs 18 pounds, how much in total do the items in the storage room weigh? Indicate your answer in the box. How much in total means we need to add all the weights of all the items in the storage room. So first, table 37 pounds plus bookshelves 42 pounds, so 2 times 42 because there are 2 bookshelves, plus the mirror weighs 18 pounds, and the total is 139 pounds. So 139. Number 2, if a number x has an absolute value of 4, then how many units away from 0 is x on the number line? Indicate your answer in the box. Now, the absolute value of a number is the distance from 0 to the number. So, from 0 to 4 is 4 units. So, therefore, the absolute value of 4 is 4. Number 3, what is the sum of 2/3 and 1/6? Sum means addition, so we need to add 2/3 and 1/6. To add 2/3 and 1/6, we need to make sure that the denominator are the same. So let's find the common denominator. The common denominator between 3 and 6 is 6. So 6 divided by 3 is 2 times 2 is 4, or it's multiplied the denominator by 2 and multiplied the numerator by 2. But since 1/6 has a denominator of 6, so let's just write 1 here and then add 4 plus 1 is 5. Copy the common denominator 6. So the answer is 5/6. Letter D. Number 4. Bella wants to give each of her 4 friends a piece of ribbon for a craft project. If she has 162.8 inches of ribbon and wants to cut it into 4 equal pieces, how long will each piece be? So cut means divide. So let us divide 162.8 divided by 4 is equals to 40.7. So the answer is letter A. Number 5, what is the greatest common factor of 32 and 68? To find the greatest common factor is to identify the factors of each of the given number. 32, the factors are 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Then 68, we've got 1, 2, 4, 17, 34, and 68. Now the greatest common factor is 4, letter B. Part 2, calculator allowed. Number 6, a line K passes through point -2 and 5 and has the same y-intercept as the line y is equals to -3x minus 4. What is the equation for the line K? Now, it has the same y-intercept as line y is equal to negative 3x minus 4. So the y-intercept of negative 3x minus 4 is minus 4. So based on the choices, we have already two possible answers, A and C. Now, to find the slope so that we may finally find which of the equation in A and C is the correct answer, let us use the slope intercept form. Y is equals to mx plus c. Y is 5, m we don't know, x is negative 2, then the y-intercept is negative 4. Then solving the equation, we've got negative 2m is equals to 9, m is equals to negative 9 over 2. So the answer is letter A. Okay, because the slope is negative 9 over 2 and the y-intercept is negative 4. Number 7. If 2 times x minus 8 is equal to negative 4x plus 2, then x is? To find the value of x, let us apply the distributive law. So 2 times x is 2x. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16 equals to negative 4x plus 2. And then isolate the x. So let's add 4x here. Then 4x also on the other side. So we've got 6x minus 16 is equals to 2. And then adding 16 on both sides, we've got 6x is equals to 18. Dividing 6 on both sides, x is equals to 3. Letter C. Number 8. Which of the following is equivalent to the expression 5x minus 20? Now, looking at the expression 5x minus 20 and the choices that we have, A, B, C, and D, all we need to do is factor out the given expression. So 5x minus 20, the common between the two terms is 5. Then dividing both of the terms by 5, we've got x minus 4. So 5 times x minus 4, letter C. Number 9. Which of the following is a factor of x to the 4th power minus 5x squared? So x to the 4th power minus 5x squared. Now the only common in these two terms are x, a variable. Now the common factor of the same variable is the least exponent. So the least exponent is x squared. So the answer is letter A. Number 10. If a line is perpendicular to line M in the figure above and it passes through point P, which of the following points must it also pass through? So perpendicular line means it crosses line M at 90 degrees angle. So between A, B, C, and D from P, it's only A that crosses the line M at 90 degrees angle. So the answer is letter A. Number 11. The figure above shows the graph of a function. For this function, the value of y is positive when x is blank than blank. Okay, so we will just be selecting the correct answer. Now looking at the graph, the point where the graph passes through the x-axis is at 4. Okay. Now, all the values of x less than 4, y is positive. So therefore, the value of y is positive when x is less than 4. Number 12. A gallon of paint will cover about 400 square feet in a single coat. To the nearest tenth, how many gallons will be required to cover a circular region with a radius of 40 feet? Indicate your answer in the box. Okay, the first step to answer this question is to find the area of the circular region. So using the circle formula, area is equals to pi r squared. We've got pi times 40 squared is equals to 5,026.55 square feet. And then, since a gallon of paint covers 400 square feet, then let us divide 5,026.55 divided by 400. The answer is, using calculator, is 12.6. So the answer is 12.6 gallons. Number 13. The following chart represents the number of companies' full-time and part-time employees in 4 states. Complete a bar chart that represents the total number of employees in each state. Now, to answer this question, the first thing that we need to do is add the total employees in every state. So 100 plus 300 is 400. Georgia, 150 plus 150 is 300. Florida, 80 plus 130 is 210. Mississippi, 200 plus 250 is 450. And then complete the bar graph. Now, since it's already been plotted, let's just check whether the graph is correct. Alabama is 400, Georgia is 300, Florida is 210, Mississippi is 450. So approximately the bar chart or the bar graph is correct. Number 14. Machine part A must always be 4 inches smaller in diameter than machine part B's diameter. If machine part A's diameter is 16 inches and machine part B is x inches, which of the following can be used to solve for x? So, in order for machine part B to be equal to machine part A, it should be less 4. So x minus 4 is equals to 16 in an equation. So the answer is letter B. Number 15. If 2x minus 2 is less than 8 plus x, then x is less than blank. So let's find the solution for x. So let us isolate the x on one side. So 2x minus 2 is less than 8 plus x. First is, let us subtract x on both sides. So we've got x minus 2 is less than 8, and then add 2 to both sides. We've got x is less than 10. So the answer is letter D. 16. The number of fans produced by a manufacturer in a week can be no more than 5 times the number of lamps produced by the same manufacturer during the same week. If the number of fans produced this week by the manufacturer was 20, what is the minimum number of lamps produced by the manufacturer this week. First, let us translate the statement into an inequality. So it says the number of fans produced by manufacturer in a week can be no more than 5 times the number of lamps. So let F be the fans, and it says it's no more than 5 times the lamp. So L stands for the lamp. And then, since there are 20 fans produced this week, so let's put it here. 20 is less than or equal to 5 times the lamp. And then divide both sides by 5. So the answer is the number of lamps produced by the manufacturer this week is greater than or equal to 4. So the minimum is 4. The answer is A. 17. The nearest tenth of a cubic meter. What is the volume of a cylinder with a height of 4 meters in a radius of 6 meters? Indicate your answer in the box. So we need the formula volume for cylinder, which is A is equals to pi r squared h. Then substituting the given, pi times the radius, which is 6 squared times 4. Then solving using calculator, the answer is 452.2. So it's 452.2 cubic meters. Number 18. What is the completely simplified form of the expression 2 times 1 minus 3x minus 5x plus 1? So let us use the distributive law. Using the distributive law, we've got 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times negative 3x is negative 6x, negative times 5x is negative 5x, negative times positive 1 is negative 1. And then combining like terms, we've got negative 6x minus 5x is negative 11x plus 1. So the answer is letter A. Number 19. If x is a positive rational number, which of the two following numbers or expression can be added together to equal the area of the given rectangular region? Now, to find the area of a given rectangular region, we need to multiply the length and the width. Okay? So the length is 2x plus 3 times the width. Then using distributive law, we've got 2x times x is 2x squared, and then x times 3 is 3x. So therefore, the answer is 2x squared on this box and 3x on the second box. Number 20. What is the value of negative 2x plus 5 when x is equal to negative 3? In this type of question, all we need to do is substitute x by negative 3. We've got negative 2, negative 3 plus 5. Then negative 2 times the negative 3 is 6 plus 5 is equals to 11. So the answer is letter D. 21. Which of the following represents the product of 3x plus 1 and x squared minus 1? 3x plus 1. Product means multiplication times x squared minus 1. Let us use the FOIL method. 3x times x squared. That's the first term. We've got 3x cubed. Then O, outer terms. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. And then inner term. 1 times x squared is x squared. Then the last terms, We got 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Now, checking the terms, they are all different, so we cannot combine them. So this is already the final answer. Then looking at the choices, it's not on the choices. So the answer is not on the choices. So let's keep 3x cubed minus 3x plus x squared minus 1 as the answer. Number 22. 5 students took the same mathematics course last semester. Their scores on the first exam and the final exams are listed in the following table. If these points are plotted on the coordinate grid that follows, what would be their location? So exam 1 score is horizontal. Then final score is the vertical. So let's check student number 1. 53 and 70, so it should be estimatedly here. And then 65 and 64, so it's here. And then 85 and 99, so 85 is here, so 99 is there. Then 78 and 82, okay, it's here. Then 60 and 72, it's here. 23. In the figure shown, blank shows a graph that represents y as a function of x. So all we need to remember here is the basic definition of function, that for every value of x, there is an exactly value of y, exactly one value of y. Now looking at all the choices, choice A, this part, y has many values for these values of x, for this value of x here. Same with letter C. Okay, there are 2 values for one value of x. And letter B, 1 is an empty dot, so it means it's not a value, so it means there's only one value here. So therefore, B is the correct answer. 24. Which of the following is equivalent to 2 times 2 to the power of 5 over 2 to the power of 2? Let's start with 2 to the power of 5 over 2 to the power of 2. The base is the same, so let's subtract the exponent. So we've got 2 times 2 to the power of 3. And then this is multiplication, so we need to add the exponent. So 2 to the power of 4. The answer is letter B. 25. A shipping box measured 14 inches wide, 10 inches tall, and 18 inches long. In cubic inches, what is the volume of this box? So finding the volume of a box, all we need to do is multiply the width, the height, and the length. So all we need to do is multiply 14 times 10 times 18 using calculator. The answer is 2,520. Letter C. 26. Which of the following is a solution to the equation x squared minus 6x plus 1? Okay, to find the solution, let's use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus in a minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then let's identify a. A is equals to 1. B is equals to negative 6. Then C is equals to 1 as well. And then substitute. We've got negative 6 plus in a minus square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1 over 2 times 1. And then Solve. We've got 6 plus in the minus square root of 32 over 2. And then simplify further. We've got 6 plus in the minus 4 the square root of 2 over 2. Then we've got 3 plus in the minus 2 the square root of 2. So from the choices, the answer is letter B. 27. 4 data entry specialists, Tom, Jason, Henrietta, and Alton, are observed for a 2-hour testing period. During this period, Tom completed 28 forms, while Jason completed 31. Further, if H represents the number of hours, F is equal to 13.1 H represents the number of forms Henrietta completed during the testing period, and F is equal to 17 H represents the number of forms Alton completed during the testing period. Which specialist completed the forms at the fastest average rate? So to compare, let us find the rate for each of the specialists. So Tom, 28 forms in 2 hours, so 28 divided 2 is 14. So it's going to be 14 H. Jason completed 31 for 2 hours, so 31 divided by 2 is 15.5 H. Then Henrietta is 13.1 H, and Alton is 17 H. So the answer is letter D, because Alton can complete 17 forms in 1 hour. 28. Which of the following inequalities is represented by the graph? So let us look at the graph first. Now looking at the graph, the inequality is x is greater than. Greater than because the arrow goes to the right, and the starting point is -3, so it's greater than -3. Now let's check which of the choices A, B, C, or D is equal to or is the same as x is greater than -3. Let me try letter D. 3x is greater than -9. Dividing both sides by 3, x is greater than -3. So the answer is letter D. 29. The figure represents the property line of a piece of land that is being prepared for sale. If the property is to be completely fenced in prior to the sale, how many feet of fencing will be required? Now, looking at the figure, we still have some missing sides. So let's find the missing side first. Now, let's start with this side. This side is, the height is 600. So it could be 600 minus 300 for this one, and 100. This side is 200. Now this side, let's look at the length. Now we've got 400 here and another 400 here, so we've got 800 minus 600 is equals to 200 as well. So this side is also 200, and then add. We've got, starting from here, 600 plus another 600, then 200 and another 200. So 200 plus 200, and then 100, then 400, plus 300 and 400. Now the answer is 2,800 feet. The answer is letter C. 13. The mean of the data set 5, 10, 2, and 1 and x is 5. What is the value of x? So let's make an equation following the steps on finding the mean. We've got 5 plus 10 plus 2 plus 1 plus x over 5 is equals to 5. So it means and then solve. 5 plus 10 plus 2 plus 1 is 18 plus x over 5 is equals to 5. Then multiplying both sides by 5, got 18 plus x is equals to 25. Then subtracting 18 on both sides, we've got x is equals to 7. So the answer is letter B. 31. In a group of 20 students, 40% scored 85 on a recent exam, while the remaining students scored 90. To the nearest tenth, what was the average score for all 20 students? So first, let us find the 40% of 20. So 40% times 20 equals to 8. So there are 8 who scored 85 plus, since there are 20, 20 minus 8 is 12. There are 12 who scored 90 divided by 20 students. The answer is, using calculator, 88. Letter B. 31. The map shows a hiking trail through a city park on the map. The distance along the trail between points A and B is 2.5 units. To the nearest tenth of a mile, what is the true distance between the 2 points? The graph indicates that 1 unit represents 1.5 miles. So all we need to do is 2.5 units times 1.5 miles. The answer is 3.75. Then if you round off to the nearest tenth, it's going to be 3.8. So the answer is letter C. 33. What is the value of g of h is equals to negative 2h squared minus h plus 5 when h is equals to negative 3? All we need to do is plug in negative 3 as a value of h. So we've got negative 2 times negative 3 squared minus negative 3 plus 5, and then solve following the order of operation. We've got negative 2 times 9 plus 3 plus 5, and then negative 2 times 9 is negative 18 plus 3 plus 5. Add and subtract from left to right. The answer is negative 10. Letter B. 34. On the following grid, plot the point indicated by the ordered pair negative 5 and 5. We know that the first number on the ordered pair is the x and the second is y. So let's look at the x first, negative, so it's here. Then 5, positive 5 is here, so therefore the point is around here. Negative 5 and 5. 35. If 2 coins are flipped, what is the probability that both coins will land on tails? So first is, let us identify the sample space for 2 coins that are flipped. Okay, head and head, tail, head, or head, tail, or tail, tail. Now, as you can see at the sample space, there is 1 out of 4 outcomes consists of 2 tails. So it's 1 out of 4, which is equals to 0.25. Letter B. 36. Airfare for a plane ticket varies based on the time purchased. Among the factors, on a particular flight from Chicago O'Hare Airport to Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, 65 passengers each paid $127.99. 24 passengers each paid $198.50, and 4 each paid $301.70. What was the total fare paid by all passengers in this flight? So let us add to find the total fare. First, 65 times 127.99 plus 24 times 198.50 plus 4 times 301.70. Then using calculator, the answer is 14,290.15. Letter A. 37. The figure shows a line graph in the XY coordinate plane and indicates 2 points through which it passes. What is the equation of this line? Now, there are 2 special cases for a line graph. If the line graph is a vertical line, then the equation is equals to the x-intercept. So the x-intercept here is -3, so therefore x is equals to -3. So the equation is x is equals to -3, letter B. 38. In a survey, participants were asked how many televisions they currently own. The result of this survey are shown in the following table. What is the median of this data set? So, since there are 20 participants, when we add 5, 8, 6, and 1, there are also 20 total data values. So the median will be the average of the 10th and 11th data out of the 20. So the first 5 data values are 0, and the next 8 are 1. And both the 10th and the 11th values are found here. So therefore, the median is 1. 39. 10 employees took part in a raffle to determine who gets a new workstation. There are 2 new workstations available, and 2 employees' names will be randomly chosen at one time without replacement. How many possible ways are there to choose the 2 employees? First, choosing the first employee. So there are 10 possible ways. Times choosing the second employee, there are now only 9 possible ways. So 10 times 9 is equals to 90. So the answer is letter C. Number 40, the distance between Earth and the Moon is 2.4 times 10 to the power of 8 miles. A rocket has been sent to explore the Moon. If the rocket has currently covered 1/10 of this distance, how many miles has it traveled? So to find the 1/10 of 2.4 times 10 to the power of 8 is to multiply it with 1/10. So 2.4 times 10 to the power of 8 times 1/10. Now, solving, the answer is 2.4 times 10 to the power of 7. The answer is letter D. Number 41. Assuming x is non-zero, which of the following is equivalent to x squared minus 5x divided by x. So let's rewrite it. X squared minus 5x is divided by x. Then first, let us factor out the numerator. We've got x as common. Then we've got x minus 5 divided by x. Then we can now cancel the x. So the answer is x minus 5, letter A. 42. In a company with 26 offices, 10 of the offices are located in the southeast, 8 in the Midwest, and 6 in the west, and 2 in the northeast. If an office is randomly selected, then to the nearest 10,000, what is the probability it is located in the southeast or the west? So southeast is 10, west is 6. So all we need to do is add the two probability. So southeast, 10 out of 26 plus west, 6 out of 26. So we've got 16 over 26. Then using calculator to find the decimal equivalent, we've got 0.6154, letter D. 43. The volume of a perfectly spherical weather balloon is approximately 381.7 cubic feet. To the nearest tenth of a foot, what is the approximate radius of this weather balloon? So to find the approximate radius, let's use the formula for finding the volume of a sphere. So volume of a sphere is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And then plug in the given values. We've got 381.7 is equals to 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And now rearranging the formula, we've got r cubed is equals to 381.7 divided by 4 over 3 pi. Then r is equals to cube root of 381.7 over 4 over 3 pi. So r is equals to, using calculator, is equals to 4.5. So the answer is letter A. 44. A placekicker kicks a football from the ground, y is equals to 0. Then the vertical path of the football follows a parabolic path described by the equation. Y is equals to 5t minus 4.4 t squared, where t is the time in seconds. After how much time will the football hit the ground? So y is the height, t is the time. But since the football already hit the ground, so y is 0. So we've got 5t minus 4.4 t squared is equals to 0. And then find t using factoring. So if we factor this one out, we've got t times 5 minus 4.4 t is equals to 0. Equate both of the factor to 0. So the first one is t is equals to 0. The second one is minus 4.4 t is equals to minus 5, dividing both sides by negative 4.4. Negative 4.4 t is equals to 1.14. So therefore the answer is letter C. Number 45. Mrs. Barnes wants to wrap a cylindrical container with a radius of 4 inches and a height of 12 inches. To wrap the container, she has only whole sheets of 8.5 inch by 11 inch paper. How many whole sheets will she need? So first, let us find the surface area of a cylindrical container. So finding the area of a cylindrical container is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Then substituting the value, 2 pi times the radius is 4 plus 2 pi times 4 times 12. Then using calculator, we've got 401.92. Next is divide 401.92 by the area of the paper. So the area of the paper is 8.5 times 11, which is equals to 93.5. And then divide 401.92 divided by 93.5. The answer is 4.30. So the answer is letter D, 5. Okay. She needs 5 whole sheets of paper. 46. A wind-up toy car can travel 5 yards in about 3 minutes. If the car travels at a constant speed, then how many minutes will it take to travel 40 meters? State your answer to the nearest minute. 1 yard is equal to 0.92 meters. First is, at the given speed, the car can travel 1 yard or 0.92 meter in how many minutes? Okay, to find it, we've got 3 minutes, 5 yards. So therefore, to cover 1 yard or 0.92 meters, it takes 0.6 minutes. Okay. And then multiply the ratio of 0.6 minute per 0.92 meters to 40 meters. The answer is 26 minutes. The answer is letter D. Okay, that's the end of this video. If you did not understand part of the presentation, if you are confused, or if you have any other questions, you can comment below. And if you want to know more about Phuket PALS, you can check www.phuketpals.org or our Facebook, Phuket PALS, or you can call us on 081-417-0978.